Here's a really cool stone coat countertop that we just finished. I'm going to show you exactly how to reproduce this product. This is a really neat color. We did just an eased edge, and we did a cool vein right down the center, and then we used some really neat metallics in this top. So stay tuned, watch the video. We'll show you exactly how to make countertops look like this. This just came out gorgeous. Thank you so much, and make sure you visit stonecoatcountertops.com. All right, so we got the first steps of this countertop already done. What we've done is we did the drop edge, we did a nice radius with our router, and we've done our base color with paint and primer 1. This is right on top of 3/4 inch MDF. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get ready to do our color resin coats, which really make this thing look unique, make it look awesome. So this is just regular gloss spray paint you can get off the shelf at your hardware stores. So what I like to do first is just spray some decorative, color on top of this before I actually put the stone coat on. The reason that we do that is it creates more depth. It makes the piece look more realistic, and it just gives that stunning view. When you look at a piece of stone, it's not all the same shade as the base undertone color. So that's what I'm doing here. So I'll just shake that color up. I got a few colors here that I'm going to spray and just show you how stress-free it is. It doesn't take any artistic ability. So I'm just going to fog that on, just fogging it on here. And my philosophy when I fog this stuff on is you can always add more, but you can't take away what you did unless you roll your base color on again. But here I like to do the edges. I like to get stuff on the edge because the edge retains little resin from stone coat. So I like to get some of the edge colored. So this is just a leather brown. Our base is a natural gray. And so that's what I'm doing here. And if you're going to put veins or grain, you want to keep that in mind when you're putting this kind of color on. Right here, I'm just doing a random pattern, and I'm just putting some undertone in that. There's some brown. I'll go here to some sage green. And when you do a job, you don't use a lot of spray paint. Very little it takes, really. And so you gain a lot of different colors of spray paint as you do it. Just save them. When you're done, turn it upside down and spray a little out so it doesn't clog. It'll be good to go for your next job. A can of spray paint costs about $3 or $4. And so you can get a lot of different colors, a lot of different looks really quickly for not a lot of money. So here's some sage green. And that it's not, I'm just fogging it on. I'm not real close to the top. And that's the way I like to put the base color on. A lot of it doesn't show up, but the part that does will make a big difference in your top. So there's some sage green. Let's go ahead and do some almond in there. And my philosophy as well is the more colors, the better. If you're trying to make something look like it came out of nature, nature has a lot of different colors and everything. So even though they're a little bit similar, just go ahead and use them, and it'll make it look more realistic. Okay, this is some gloss black. You want to be real careful with black because it'll do a lot real quick. So I'm staying kind of far away and just fogging this on here. But black and white, they definitely look real when you do them. So this is some black. And you can see just how natural that already starts to look. And some people will do stone coat and they'll just do clear over this because they don't want it wild or they want it very muted. They want it to look like concrete. You can do different grays and add a little bit of speckle of white or different speckle of black. And you can make it look just like a concrete countertop that way. But this is just our blank canvas that we're getting ready to put our stone coat on. So that's exactly how you do that. And then you want to save those colors because I have a piece of backsplash that goes with this job, and I'll go do the same colors on the backsplash. Okay, so we got our base color on. Now we're pouring the Part A and Part B stone coat already mixed up, and I'm going to pour it right out on this top, and I get it all out of the bucket right in the middle, and then we start to mix it up again with our 1/8 by 1/8 square notch trowel, and then the fun starts. Okay, the first thing that I'm going to do on this top, now that all the clear is on, is I'm going to fog a couple of colors that I'm going to chop in with my brush. I took my brush and I did the edges to make sure that the edges are coated, but now I'm going to actually, instead of just chopping the clear, I'm going to spray some color. So we'll just take, here is our gloss white, take a little bit of gloss white, we'll just fog a little bit of gloss white in there. And then we'll take some aluminum. I'm spraying just some aluminum in there. Make sure you get the front edges. Now this gives me a little bit of color to chop, and this makes it look, I'm actually going to put a little bit of black in there too. Here's a little bit of gloss black. Not a lot, just putting a little. So now I'm going to chop it. Now I got some color that's going to meld together and look like marble as you chop this. And it blends all those colors together. And it also, now that we're chopping the top, it's getting rid of those lines that the trowel may have made in the clear. So it's important to chop, but you can also chop with color in it to get another effect. And as you can see, I'm going very randomly. I'm not doing it in patterns, like straight patterns like this. Just go random, and you can see I got a little bit of grain flow going here. And this, again, it doesn't take any artistic ability at all doing this. I just sprayed some color, and now I'm chopping the color in. Now, you're going to see, after I do this, this effect alone looks really, really cool. And I've done a lot of houses, a lot of kitchens, a lot of bathrooms, just this technique. They just wanted a slight color, and you mix a few colors like that with a cool undertone, and you got an amazing top right now. I mean, it honestly was as easy as what you just saw. So that color right there, you could turn into a sample board. And you can show customers this color, and they would totally love it. I love it already, but we're going to go really cool with this sample. So, there you go. Okay, so now we're going to move on from this color, and we're going to add even more color to it. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start adding veins and stuff like that. So I'm going to spray some aluminum on here, and I'm just going to start dragging that through my top. Okay, so there's some aluminum. I'm going to kind of work this whole top here and go kind of at an angle, just how I want to. You can even take some of that aluminum and just go in couple different spots if you want. Okay, I'm just using the brush here. You can also, I'm going to grab a stir stick in a minute and start using a stir stick. Okay, here's some Seaside. This is a real bright color, so we're not going to put a whole bunch of this color in, but just faint tones of it looks really neat. So I'm just spraying this directly on my brush, and we're going to do a really cool vein through here. Just make this top look really neat. Okay, here's a vein. Here's some navy blue. Just spraying some of that right on my brush. I got it nice and warm in here. Okay, bring that vein over the side. I'm going to take some orange. I know, you're thinking I'm crazy. Just trust me. Put some orange in there, that really captures the eye. Brushing that in. Maybe put a little bit of orange right through that one. Got some, there's black, we could put some more black in there. Get through there. Okay. Kind of meld this vein together, just a big vein right there. Okay. Now, here's some white. And you can see I sprayed right over the top so it kind of fogs some white, but I know I'm going to be doing some wild effects in this, so it's okay to get a little overspray on there. Okay, now I could even come through here and I could chop some of this if I don't like it, but it'll start to bring some of that other color through the top. So I'll just start chopping in a few other places. Okay. There we go. I like that. Now, I'm going to show you, here's another effect that you can do. See how my brush is dripping? I could just bring that brush through here randomly and you put these little spider veins. It's barely dripping, but it's dripping. And so these spider veins start to look really cool on the top. And I'm just running my brush back and forth, and that's the kind of effect you get. Now, this would be a really cool top, just like this. So you want to focus in on that vein, and you can start to see how that vein is already making something that just looks really neat. I don't know if you can see what I just did with those spider veins because my brush is dripping. You can see this little spider vein that I did here, and that's just from dripping the brush on it. Can you see that? Mm-hmm. And then all those little colors are subtle, but that vein, I mean, look at what it does all on its own just because of the stone coat and letting it flow together. Okay, now we're going to do something really cool, and we sell these metallic colors on our site. Now the metallic colors are really, really unique. These are not paints, it's actual mineral powders and metal powders. And what the powder does is it never fades in color, it's very rich, and it's very, very deep. And because we mix it here with isopropyl alcohol, it does a really neat effect in the top. So we have a bunch of different colors. We actually carry 13 different metallic colors, and we just use just off the shelf Home Depot spray bottles. So you got to get your spray bottle kind of primed and ready to go. And I'm going to show you what this looks like here. So I'm just spraying some of this. This is actually black. It's black metallic powder, and I'm just spraying some of this. And you can see what it does is it actually makes the piece look exactly like granite. If you look at that top, it was looking like marble, and now with just a little bit of spray, you can see it granifies it, and it makes it, is that showing up on the camera? It makes it look like stone. You can see I sprayed a line right through here. Look, I'll spray one right here. So give you an example. This looks like marble right now. Now I'm going to take some metallic powder, spray it in there, and watch what it does with the resin. It's doing this right in front of your eyes, and you can see the effect that it'll start to give you. And it's really, really cool. Now, not only is it cool to do one color, but we're going to do multiple colors right now. So there's metallic black. This is clay. This is a really pretty color. I really like this color. And I'm telling you, these powders go a very long way. All right, this is wild. Here we go. This is a really cool color. Okay, so you can see exactly what that clay does. And you can adjust the spray a little bit just to do fine. There's a fine mist. I like to do heavy and just watch it move. And you can see what that does. And that's a really, really cool effect. Make sure you get the front too. Okay, now we're going to move on to another metallic color. This is going to be metallic brown. And you can see exactly, and this is such a fun thing to do. Okay, I'm going to make it kind of a stream. I'm going to stream it right through some of that other color. And this is brown. Put it kind of where our other vein was. Boom. And go all the way over the edges. Now, there's some brown. I'll now fog it on a little bit. Now what I'm going to do is to soften up some of that color a little bit. You could come in and just start moving color. You could chop a little bit, you could brush it. Just start doing a little bit different effects. Learn what you can do with this. It's just so cool what these metallics will do. Because once you chop, the stone coat is not done mixing. It constantly is mixing with itself as it's curing. So you can see right here where I just chopped what it looks like. So just some other areas you can, if you don't like a particular area, you can chop it. I'm going to go ahead and do some more of these metallics. This is deep silver. This is a beautiful color. And this is going to contrast with what we've done there. Make sure you shake up your bottle because the alcohol and the metallics, you want to mix them. So here's some metallic deep silver. And now I'm going to kind of fog it. And your customers are just going to go crazy over these colors. If you're doing this in your own house, there's no other look like this. And this stuff will, it looks all cratered right now. It will dry very, very flat. Okay, now here's one of my favorite all-time colors. This is copper. Copper is made with copper powder, and it looks so neat. It looks like metal because that's what it is. But you just put some copper in there. Okay. And you can start to see what that looks like. Okay. Just beautiful. So now I'm going kind of slow and I'm just drizzling it. And you can go right over the edge with that. And that will do like a really defined vein. But this makes you look like an unbelievable artist. And that's just how hard it is, folks. Okay. So now I'm going to bring this vein back in. So we have an undertone of that vein. And now I'm going to put some color on my stick. And I'm just going to start to bring the vein back. Some of that clear and just do your spider veins. I'll just take and run a couple of spider veins across here. And that doesn't show up a ton, but when it does show up, it's really neat. So you can take some clear and just put almost like little pools right there. And those pools will act like an agate or like a crystal almost in there. I'll put it like right where there's a lot of color, and that'll put a really neat effect. And don't do it perfectly circular. Make it just a little bit odd shape. And that looks neat as it starts to move color around. Okay. I'd say this thing's ready to torch. I really like it. What do you think, honey?
Really neat with the metallics. Definitely jumps out and gives a lot of depth.
Okay, so see these little spots here? There's a spot here where alcohol kind of pushed everything off. So there's like a crater there. You just take some clear and put it back in. We're going to torch it. And you got to understand, when you have alcohol in this, it's going to catch on fire. But as soon as it burns that
Honey,
alcohol
go on the other
off,
side.
when it burns that alcohol off, it'll go right out. Most of the alcohol is pretty much gone. There you go. There's some alcohol for you, and then so it'll burn that alcohol off. It's pretty cool, and it actually helps the effect a little bit. Now I'm just moving this vein. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. These effects that happen in this countertop, the lighting just doesn't do it justice. You got to see this up close and personal. It's just such a neat product to work with. It's an extremely flat product. I'll show you just how this lays out. It's just really nice. There's no smell to this product. It's zero VOC. So it's just so nice to work with. It's so user-friendly. It doesn't take artistic ability to make these counters look extremely realistic and reproduce these results. The same products that we use here on this video is exactly what we sell and ship to your house. Make sure you order the metallic powders to get this really beautiful deep look. You can see what that does in the top. It just looks so natural. And then I like the veins, but any look that you're going for, if you have questions or comments, give us a call. And thank you so much for your support, and thank you for watching, and visit stonecoatcountertops.com.